Good evening, it's 9 p.m. here in Lorville, and you're watching Stanton Today. We begin with a long sought-after report from Anvil Aerospace. Citizens who are owners of Anvil's Carrack models can after a lengthy wait get their hangars ready for delivery at the end of February. Stanton owners have been waiting for quite some time as Anvil has had difficulties obtaining the right authorization to navigate the jump point into Stanton with a big delivery like this. We saw Anvil testing out flying the Carrack through a jump point in November 2949, and since then the issue with jump point permission seems to be solved. Owners have already gotten their Pisces models delivered, but that only served as an appetizer for the main course. Anvil Aerospace say the Carrack is one of the most popular models and has been a joy but also difficult for them to keep up with demand. We will see just how popular the ship really is come February 29th. A few weeks ago, the remaining 10 candidates for the role of Imperator gave their speeches at a ceremony in New York. Our sitting Imperator, Kilos Castigan, served as master of ceremony and was very careful to not seem invested in either of the candidates. For Imperator Castigan, this election has turned into a surprising mix of work and personal life, as his son, Titus Castigan, is one of the runners to becoming the Imperator. Both Kilos and Titus Castigan are sprung out of the Universal Party, but party members are dismayed not to see Imperator Castigan supporting the main party candidate, High Secretary Ileana Sarad. It's a picky situation for Imperator Castigan. The Centralist Party are running with 3 candidates, where one of them are old Centralist Party veteran and chairperson Paul LaSalle. LaSalle spoke about how he represents a pure centralist political line, where lower taxes and more restrictive social services are 2 of his core ideals. The other 2 are running on the promise of strengthened security, advocacy, and military power. Both Deputy Assistant Director Emma Thorne and retired Navy Admiral Nikki Abdallah have backgrounds in security and military careers. Thorne wants to combat crime by expanding the role of the advocacy, whereas Abdallah wants to redeploy troops from the Vandal War frontlines to fight crime within the Empire using military resources. The other 5 candidates consists of 4 independent runners and 1 transitionalist. Terran Senator Mir Nago, whose whole political mission is still based around moving Parliament from Earth to Terra. A move that geographically makes sense but would mean an enormous logistical undertaking, as well as a gigantic economical burden on the Empire for some time. Out of the 4 independent candidates, Calvin Derry gave one of the evening's most bombastic speeches. His political agenda would by some be called xenophobic, as most of his ideas are centered around his slogan, Humanity First. Leilani Addison, another independent candidate, could be regarded as a balancing force to the many candidates advocating for military strength. Her ideas are centered around scientific discovery, education, and AI research. The final 2 candidates both have many similarities with Centralist Party politics, but with differences critical enough for them to have to run independently. Radhana Naidu is a centralist politician out of Castra, and whilst being affiliated with the Centralist Party, there was enough criticism toward her ideas for her to run independently. Much of her agenda ring well with the Centralist Party, apart from her wanting to defund Synthworld and legalize all narcotics, and turn narcotics into tax revenue for the Empire. The most radical idea was presented by the last candidate, Antoine Lillard, whose whole campaign is based around the idea of dissolving the entire central government and instead letting systems within the Empire govern themselves. He did not go into detail about how this would work, but people of Stanton might have an idea of what it would look like, since the planets in the system are governed by corporations instead of politicians. The secondary vote for Imperator will run from April 10th to April 24th, and the 5 candidates who are still in the race after the secondary voting is complete will be presented on May 1st. That's all for tonight. I'm Oliver Zark, and you are wiser than yesterday. Good night.